Hey, this is Russell Whitney. You're watching Expert Insider, and I'm here with Justin Perry. Justin, going back into the story we were just talking about of you getting fired for somebody getting on fire, what happened to the guy?
He turned out all right. You know, they told me that he sued Red Lobster and wants some money, so I mean, he's happy now.
Oh, you're working at Red Lobster?
Oh, yes.
Them little lobster biscuits are the best.
Yes, they are. So,
yeah. So, okay, after you left Red Lobster,
yes.
were you still doing some odds and end jobs? What got you really to your saying, I want to become an entrepreneur?
Because I failed on my face.
Okay.
Miserably. So, after Red Lobster, I said, Justin, you've always wanted to become a firefighter. Mm-hmm. So I did EMT. You
got a lot of fire in your life, man.
Yeah, I got a lot of fire in my life. I got a lot of fire in my life. So, so I did EMT, firefighter 1, and firefighter 2. And the last day of fire school, I failed out of fire school. And that was like 2 years of training.
Right.
Down the drain. And that broke me. I said, okay. I'm like, what is going on? Why do I keep failing? Why do I keep failing? And at the time, I was working at TGI Fridays now. And I had, I think, lunch with a friend of mine. His name is Kevin Davenport. Shout out to Kevin Davenport because he changed my life. So I asked him, I said, Kevin, what is the secret to success? He's like, well, there was this film you have to watch that I've been watching that actually changed my life. And it's called The Secret. So later that night, I went home and I watched The Secret. I watched it 3 times. And it felt as if everything made sense.
Right.
Why I was programmed to fall on my face over and over and over again. And it's because of my subconscious programming, my paradigm.
Right.
Right? And that's when I first got introduced to this whole concept of thoughts become things.
Right.
You attract what you feel.
Right.
You attract what you think about.
Right.
And this world is really your creation.
Right.
You know, so yeah, that's my story with that.
That's awesome. So how did you, Kevin, how was he your catalyst? Was he somebody that was successful? Making money, making moves?
Kevin always had side hustles.
Okay.
Okay. And he was a promoter.
Okay.
For clubs and stuff.
Club promoter.
Yeah.
All right.
You know, and he was like a, just like a really smart dude.
Right.
Like, dude, you know. And now he owns his own company downtown Chicago now. Doing very well.
Awesome.
So, yeah, I mean, this information really works.
Right, right.
It really, really works, man.
Yeah, so let's talk a little bit about the positive affirmations, tapping into the law. I believe in the law of attraction 100% for me. I believe that we definitely attract what we are, what energy we're putting out into the world is what we're going to receive. If you're negative, talk about negative stuff, hang around with negative people, you're going to be negative,
Absolutely.
Right? But I think a lot of people don't understand, too, that the law of attraction also must have action.
Right.
And so many people are saying, well, I'm doing the law of attraction. I'm thinking about the big house. I'm thinking about the big car. I'm programming in my brain, but they're not taking action and going after and getting it, right? So what about for you? I mean, so you start going through this process. Did somebody tell you that you needed to take action in order to make it happen? What was the programming?
You find that out on your own. Because at the time I was working at Ford Motor Company.
Okay.
I'm working 13-hour shifts on assembly line, which is torture for anybody.
Oh, wow.
Mental torture. But during that time, I would play audiobooks. Like for all 13 hours.
Right.
Books,
so you're feeding your mind.
Oh, I am
positive information, retraining your brain.
Retraining my subconscious mind, right?
Right. Seeding.
After 1 year, nothing's changed. I'm like, okay. My goal was to make $100,000 in 1 year. And I'm making $28,000 at this job that I hate.
Right.
And I know all this stuff, nothing's changing. But when I decided to leave my job, just like randomly quit. My wife and I quit our jobs the same week. Okay? And we had 2 kids at the time.
Oh, wow.
She's now like uber successful. She owns The Stork Bag.
The Stork Bag.
The Stork
Okay.
Bag, which is the first ever reusable trimester-based subscription bag
Okay.
for pregnant women.
Yeah, my wife just had a baby, so that we could have probably
She needs
used
to
that.
Well, she needs the post bump bag. That's what she
The
needs.
post bump bag.
The
Okay.
post bump bag. But anyway, so after I quit my job and said, Justin, you need to take You Are Creator to the next level. That's when everything, changed around me.
Okay.
My money started coming in from everywhere, but it takes action. But first, you must reprogram your mind first.
For sure.
Because thought precedes action, always.
Yeah.
Always. Everything begins with a thought.
Yep. I agree.
Everything in this room was once an idea in someone's mind, but then somebody took what? Action.
Right.
And here it is today.
Right.
So, yeah.
I would agree with you. So the thoughts in your mind, what I like that you were saying is for a year you were programming your brain. You were pumping in good information.
Absolutely.
And I talk about this all the time with my students that see me live watching the channel. Feeding your body is the same way as feeding your mind. If you don't feed your mind with good information, with new education, it's just going to starve, it's going to dehydrate, it's going to wither away, right? 100%. So put in the good information in your brain. This is Russell Whitney. You're watching Expert Insider. When we get back, we're going to talk a little bit about the law of attraction and creating leaders.